the first thing is I needed to find somewhere where even as an employee that I could get paid for my performance. You don't want to get paid to show up, you want to get paid to perform. And the reason I put myself in the beginning in working in bars or in high intensity environments was like, okay, if I can't go get a sales job, let me do the closest thing to it without a resume, without accolades, without education, like formal education, which at the moment I thought that I needed, but you don't actually need it. Thankfully nowadays people get a ton of sales jobs online and things of this nature where you don't have to wait tables. But every time I would encounter, somebody at the restaurant, my hope was to create somebody that every time they came in, they would be like, yo, where's Luke? Right? You want to be able to leave an impression. And it doesn't matter if you're a waiter, it doesn't matter if you're a cashier, it doesn't matter if you work at a car wash. Like, dude, you could literally be so intelligent that you position yourself in the best car wash where all the rich people come and they know you by name. You're like, hey, this is my personal card. If you ever need me, I know it's a trouble for you to come and bring your car over here. If you ever need anything, hey, slip in my card. You know what? Hey, if you need a one-on-one, I can come take care of your cars. I'll come over to your place. I know you're a busy man. I know you're a busy woman. Let me take care of your stuff. And you start building relationships with people because you start realizing that people have needs. And it doesn't matter where you're starting. Any place, if you do it with enough excellence and with enough intentionality, you can turn into a money-making machine and into a pool of opportunity, brother.
No, and I like that you also mentioned, positioning yourself in that. So is that stuff that you did like throughout your journey, like you're like positioning yourself where the money's at, right? Can you kind of like touch more about that?
Yeah. So people think that it's about hard work, but if it was about hard work, then the Mexicans that are repairing roofs would be the best paid people. The people working in the dish pit in the back of the restaurant, those people would be the best paid people. But why is it that they're not? Because it's not about hard work. Hard work is simply a part of the equation. You have hard work, you have consistency, but you also have to have intentionality and positioning. What is positioning? Positioning is being able to perceive a potential opportunity and put yourself in a scenario where you're going to be able to capitalize at the best time to the fullest extent. For example, in 2020, I realized that there was a cultural shift taking place and that people were starting to get reanimated or re-intrigued with crypto. So I positioned myself in a place understanding that it was going to work really well in that social media, even though I didn't predict how heavy it was going to be. I knew it was going to play a factor. I didn't think it was going to be like crazy with Doge and all the points, but I positioned myself and then it paid off. I didn't have to work crazy amounts. I didn't have to go super nuts, balls to the walls, trying to figure out how do I have to bust my butt trying to make money. No, I just positioned myself, and I positioned myself because like you did with me, I paid attention. I was aware of what was happening, and I put myself in the scenarios and the situations where I would have an edge. Because in life, you don't need to be a million steps ahead. All you need is to be a little bit ahead. Usain Bolt versus the other guys, perfect. He would win by 3, 4, 5 meters. But if the other person maybe had an edge, maybe had wind to his advantage, maybe Usain Bolt slipped because his shoes weren't working properly. Those little edges are what's going to allow you to outbeat and outpace your competitor in any realm of human endeavor.
And do you think that, in order to achieve, that level of if you want to call it success, you have to increase every attribute of yourself. So that might as well obviously include health.
Yeah, health is the foundation of everything that you do. So for example, you could lack anything in your life, but if you still have your health, you're chilling, right? Like you could be homeless, but if you had your health, you could still make it. But for example, let's say you have family and you love your family. Perfect, but you could still live without your family, but you can't live without your health. Health is the foundation, it's the pillar to anything that you build. Mental health, physical health, spiritual health. These are the pillars on which you build everything in your life. So people neglect the most foundational things because they don't understand that the things that they put value on are the wrong things. People will put value on things that they can replace. They can replace the car, they can replace the house, but they neglect and they take for granted the things that they cannot replace. You will not get a new body, you will not get a new brain, you won't get new lungs. I see so many people hitting these vapes 24/7. You're not gonna get new kidneys. So this understanding that you need to take advantage of being healthy because it is a key pillar to your growth and your success. Nothing matters if you're dead. Nothing matters if, like Steve Jobs, in your 50s, you're diagnosed with cancer. It doesn't matter that you built $1 trillion company. You don't get to enjoy the fruits of your labor. And I guarantee you, maybe I'm I'm not 100% certain, but I would bet that he would give it all up in order to be alive again, or in order to live longer. I certainly would, because that's what, at the end of the day, what truly matters. And I think if people can establish it as a habit to be healthy, to be whole, right? I think they're going to live a better life.